Angel Reese receives her 8th tech, which will prohibit her from playing against the Indiana Fever. And 2, she's in some pretty hot water with her teammates about the Chicago Tribune article.
Angel Reese just got hit with a suspension, and the whole league can't stop laughing. Not because it's a big deal, but because the Chicago Sky handed out the most unusual punishment ever. She's suspended for just half a game. Not a full game, just half. Who even comes up with that? Does this make Chicago look tough or kind of weak? Share your thoughts below.
But it honestly hasn't been the greatest week for Angel Reese because she did an interview where she talked about all things Chicago Sky, but there was a couple things that she said in the interview that truly rubbed her teammates and her coach the wrong way. And it was kind of a firestorm yesterday on social media. One of the things that was mentioned in the report is that Reese said that she doesn't believe her teammates Rachel Bannum or Haley Van Lith are capable of leading a playoff team. And according to the Tribune, Reese believes that the team needs to be overhauled this season around just 2 solidified pieces on the 2026 roster, herself and Camila Cardoso. She said, "I'm not settling for the same crap we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. However I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. I'd like to be here for my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously I might have to move in a different direction and do what's best for me." Those are sometimes just sentiments that you just don't say publicly. And her teammates unfortunately saw this, the coaching staff saw this, and then it was reported, multiple league sources told Front Office Sports the entire team has seen Reese's comments and the teammates are unhappy with the direct attacks. A team meeting is planned at which players are expected to address Reese directly. Now, Angel Reese, since all of that, she has apologized, she has taken some accountability, and the last thing that I will read for you guys is her apology. She said, "I don't think I'm frustrated with my team/organization. I think I'm frustrated with myself. I didn't intentionally mean..."
Let's dive into this chaos, because honestly, what else can you call it? The Chicago Sky announced that Angel Reese will sit out only the first half of their upcoming game against the Las Vegas Aces. Yes, you heard that right, just the first half. Not a full game. Not multiple games. Just one half. It's not only strange, it's hilarious. Seriously, when have you ever seen that before? In basketball, suspensions are usually clear-cut. You're out for a game, sometimes more, depending on the situation. But a half? That's the kind of penalty a college coach hands out when a player shows up late or skips a drill, not the sort of thing a professional team uses to discipline their star player.
It's not been Angel Reese's day. Basically, her entire team feels attacked by her from comments that she made in the Chicago Tribune article. This is what Front Office Sports is reporting. According to the report, Reese said she doesn't believe her teammates Rachel Bannum or Haley Van Lith are capable of leading a playoff team. Guard Ariel Atkins is another player on the Sky's roster with WNBA championship experience. "We are aware of it," Marsh said. Marsh is actually the head coach of the Chicago Sky, and we're addressing it in-house as currently speaking. That's where we're staying right now.
This isn't real discipline. It's pure PR theater. The Sky wanted to look tough, to show they were taking action after Angel Reese publicly called out her teammates and pretty much put the whole locker room on blast. But they didn't want to go all in with a real punishment. So instead, they invented this half-game suspension nonsense, which actually makes them look weaker than before. If you're going to suspend her, then suspend her. If not, just let it go. This halfway measure only makes them look indecisive.
Some of the things that were said, I will read you some of the excerpts, which does kind of not make her team look good. One of which say, "We can't rely on Courtney," that's Courtney Vandersloot, "to come back at the age that she's at. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before." Some of the other stuff that she said was also pretty bad, like, "I'm not settling for the same we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I am willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure that we attract the best of the best because we can't settle for what we have this year."
So how did we even get here? Well, Angel Reese went to the media and aired out her frustrations, saying the team needs better players, that she's sick of losing, and that major changes are necessary. Comments like that don't just fade from the headlines, they linger in the locker room. And to make matters worse, she didn't keep it general. Instead of saying, "We all need to improve as a team," she singled people out, mentioning ages, taking digs at veterans. That's not leadership. That's throwing fuel on the fire.
So her saying we can't settle for what we have this year, that is basically like a slap in the face to Becca Allen. That is a slap in the face to Rachel Banham. That is a slap in the face to Ariel Atkins. And here's another quote. "I'd like to be here for the rest of my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously I might have to move in a different direction and do what's best for me."
And here's where it gets really wild. Earlier this season, Chicago's own GM, Jeff P., went public with criticism of Angel Reese, saying she needed to step up, take on more responsibility, and carry a bigger load for the team. He didn't get suspended, no reprimand, nothing. It was treated like business as usual. But the moment Reese flips it around and calls out the team, suddenly her words are detrimental and she's forced to sit. The double standard couldn't be clearer. It's like the Sky have no idea what direction they want to take. On one hand, they promote Reese as the face of the franchise, the ticket seller, the star they are building around. On the other, the second she speaks her mind, they cave instantly and throw out suspensions like a cheap fix.
I don't think I'm frustrated. I probably am frustrated myself right now. I think the language is taken out of context, and I really didn't intentionally mean to put down my teammates because they've been through this with me throughout the whole year. They busted their eyes, just how I busted my eyes. They showed up for me through thick and thin in the locker room when nobody could see anything. So I would apologize to my teammates, which I already have, about the article and how it was misconstrued, about what was said. And I just have to be better with my language because I know it's not the message, it's the messenger, and understanding what I say can be taken any kind of way. So I just have to really be better and grow from this.
Let's be real. Angel Reese isn't completely innocent in all this. Her early season play was rough. She was missing layups, her shooting percentages were abysmal, and her overall effort was questioned. At one point, she was finishing under 30% at the rim, which is unacceptable for a player whose game is built inside the paint. So when the GM criticized her earlier, it didn't come out of thin air. She did need to step up. And to her credit, she has improved as the season's gone on. But even with that progress, she hasn't earned a right to walk into a press conference and start calling out teammates by name. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks.
And watching the bottom of your screen.
Still, let's not forget, Chicago knew exactly what they were signing up for when they drafted Angel Reese. This is the same player who thrived on controversy at LSU, making as many headlines for her antics as for her game. She's outspoken, bold, and never holds back. That's part of her brand. You can't celebrate that personality when it sells tickets and boosts marketing, then try to silence it the moment it causes friction. It doesn't work like that. So now the big question, is Angel Reese's time in Chicago coming to an end? Honestly, the signs are all there. Her teammates seem fed up, the front office looks completely lost on how to manage her, and Reese herself often looks disengaged. A trade in the off-season wouldn't be shocking. The real issue, though, is finding a team willing to take on everything that comes with her. It's not just about her skills on the court, it's about whether another franchise is ready to deal with the baggage that follows her personality. Some people are saying Angel Reese might be out of the league in a couple of years. I don't see that happening. She's too talented and too marketable. On the boards, she's a force. Her motor never stops, and she's got the star power to draw fans to the arena. That's not the kind of player teams just let disappear. But for her to become more than just a flashy name, she's going to need to mature. The Draymond Green comparisons aren't far off. Like him, Reese plays with intensity, edge, and a chip on her shoulder. But also like Draymond, she has a tendency to go too far, picking up technicals and putting her team in tough situations. She already has 8 this season. 8. That's not toughness, that's hurting your squad. That's not toughness, it's a lack of control. And when your team is sitting at 10 to 30, the last thing you can afford is your best player getting sidelined for technical fouls. Now, Sky fans are watching their season collapse, not only because of Reese's own actions, but also thanks to the front office's bizarre idea of discipline. This is dysfunction at its peak. On the court, they are getting blown out. Off the court, the locker room's falling apart. And instead of building toward the future, the team looks stuck in soap opera mode. What makes it worse is how the suspension has turned into a media spectacle. ESPN, the AP, and every major outlet picked it up, because it's just that absurd. A half-game suspension? At the pro level? Unheard of. And for a league that already struggles with credibility and consistency in handling discipline, this only makes things look worse. In the end, the Sky's half-game suspension didn't quiet the noise, it made it louder. Angel Reese is trending, her comments are everywhere, and the punishment now looks like one of the most ridiculous in WNBA history. Chicago's record is still terrible, their locker room is a mess, and nothing has changed, except now they look even worse. Was this really discipline, or just desperation? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more WNBA breakdowns.